It's the William Plays here, and welcome back to another video. I just want to start off by saying that I've been feeling under the weather the past 2 days, so I'm sorry if I sound a little bit weird in this video. I just really wanted to make sure that I have something to upload tomorrow, or, well, today, technically, I don't know, since I didn't upload anything yesterday. So this is going to be a tutorial for Battle of Britain for my Road to Guderian guide series. I can't talk right now. So this one's similar to Operation Vestenberg. It's pretty simple, but there's a few things that you have to do for like enemy manipulation. So you always want to move your destroyer right there. That's where you always have to move them, and your cruiser right there. I would suggest attacking with your cruiser first, so that way the enemy destroyer does less damage, but hey, that's up to you. Now go ahead and put Messi on Messi. I always have trouble with his name. I apologize to anyone who's Italian. On the medium tank. Now you're going to move your artillery down here, armored car here, tank here, and then finally you're going to move that guy down here. Now I'm assuming that you're doing this after the whatchamacallit, the Westenbund video. So you should have the upgrades that come from there. So you need to have infantry mobility 1, artillery 1, and traction 1 for artillery. Now let's go ahead and go to the next turn here. Now, as you just see, this destroyer will move up here and this submarine will move down here. If you don't do what I did, the submarine will always move upwards. So we're going to try and focus more on the submarine currently, and then we just kind of take out the destroyer as we can. You might not be able to take him out this turn. It's really luck based there. But go ahead and just move your troops forward. Next, over here on this front, you're going to want to move this guy down here, but don't attack the city. You're going to want to attack the enemy artillery instead, because you'll see next turn. Next, you're going to move this guy here, and this guy here. This doesn't really matter as much. You're just destroying the enemy tank, basically, standard stuff. Alright, and now you can go ahead and end your turn right there. Next turn, as you can see, this has been cleared out by our allies. This will happen 100% of the time, every time. So we're going to take that, go ahead and attack the enemy right there. We want to try and get rid of as many of the reinforcements as we can, so that way there's less opposition whenever we get to the other side of the channel. Yeah, channel. I always want to call it the English Strait for some reason. I'm not sure if that's like still a proper term or if that's just something that I've made up. Alright. And now we're going to move our general down there. You're not supposed to move that into the minefield. I was trying to click on the submarine. Do not move your destroyer into the minefield. Just attack the submarine. And then if you get a successful first hit, then you can move your cruiser to attack the enemies. If not, then don't worry about it. Just attack it again. So now we're going to go and attack that ship down there in the harbor. And move your infantry next to your general. Now we're going to end our turn there. We want as little damage done to our general as possible, hence why we didn't attack the enemy naval structure. I can't think of the name. Alright, now we're going to want to finish off this enemy right here, which will make it to where, if I recall correctly, our ally should move into here and help us with this guy. Alright, now over here on this side, it's basically just a cleanup job at this point. You're taking care of whatever you can. Like that. Make sure that your troops don't get too battered. Yeah, that's basically it for this side over here. You're going to end up moving your tank and your infantry down into the water and moving them over here, but that comes a bit later. Go ahead and end your turn. Once again, over here, just trimming off the enemy fat. And now you're going to move your tank into the water. Move your infantry beside it. Alright. Now over on this side, as you can see, we have our ally helping, which is good. So we do that damage. You're going to want to... Ooh, we can't have them there yet. Place them right there, and you're going to be moving them into this spot by next turn. Move your infantry on land, and that's all for this turn. See, I forgot to mention double hits. So in my tutorials, you will never see me use a double hit from a tank until we get to the 100... Well, for a Road to Guderian, we won't ever get to 100%. But you will never see me use it because it's very unreliable. It's only a 50% chance, so I don't want to make something in the guide that you can't do. If you get a double hit with Meese right there, just attack the city again. That's all you've got to do. Alright, end your turn. We don't want to attack the naval yard once again, trying to save up as much health as we can. Ooh. This is the first time this has happened to me. I knew it was a possibility, but youch. So you're going to move your destroyer right there. So usually the enemy armored car will stay on, but this time we got unlucky. Move Mies to where he's not, like, demoralized. You should still be able to take it depending on the unit they put down. And now you take that city. That should be good. Usually the armored car will stay on there, so you don't even have to worry about that. You just finish it off with your navy. But that time around we got rather unlucky, unfortunately. But as you can see, it still doesn't really affect it all too much. I was still able to do it just fine. Alright, move your troops down, and that's all for this turn, really. Next turn. Oh, and you have to get this done by turn 14 as well. So now, what we're going to do is paratroop into that city, because we cannot reach it. Go ahead and move Missy, whatever you want to call him, down there. You're going to attack the enemy there if you have to. Usually a unit won't be there. Like I said, that thing spawning in really kind of messed up the spawn a tad. Use your navy to help you attack the land units. That's where the more important stuff is at currently. Alright. This land unit is unfortunately going to die before it even makes land, but that's fine. Alright, in turn. And you can just use your artillery over here as kind of like bait, I suppose. Alright, move that tank downwards, move me so that way he can get rid of that. This leaves it to where you can just kind of spam infantry out of there if you really have to. But this next part is rather easy, so that shouldn't even be a problem. So you have your ally right here who should be bombing the city right now. Some naval barrages. This you can leave basically open at this point. Everything is good there. Move your infantry onto land if they're still alive. Next turn rolls around, they died anyway, so it didn't matter. Attack the enemy's weakest unit. You want to kind of destroy the area around. Once again, double hit, just attack another unit. It doesn't really matter. Now you're going to move Missy here, attack the enemy. That good jazz. Move your destroyer around here. And then you're going to move your cruiser down there. All the basic stuff, you know. Alright, your enemy's on low health now, so that's good. Next turn, you're going to use your medium tank, if it's still alive, to attack your main enemy in the base instead of attacking the other enemies. So now, as you can see here, we're about to finish them off. Now, this really comes down to personal preference. You can finish him off with Missy and take it with a paratrooper, or you can finish him off with a fighter and take him with Missy. It's really down to personal preference whenever it comes to that. And there you go. That's the whole mission. Sorry that I sound a little bit funky today. I hope this has helped you on your road to Guderian, and this is the William Plays, signing off.